It's become more and more apparent to me that people's use of cruelty and violence, abusive behavior, is evidence of how they believe about themselves. Hi, everybody. Steve Halley here with the Family Peace Initiative, and welcome to the July Facilitators Tool Chest vlog. Each month I try to put out something that helps us all kind of consider a topic that might move us towards closer to mastery of our craft. I believe that pursuing better is vital to helping victims, survivors of domestic violence to maybe access safety, helping children and family members in domestic violence situations be able to grow up without fear and threat of danger. It's really important that we never give up the pursuit of mastery. And today I want to talk about core beliefs. And we hear a lot about that. If you've been in the trade, in the profession for very long, you know that core beliefs are kind of the beliefs that drive the car. It's the motor that drives the car. And so if I believe that I'm supposed to be the leader, then I go out and speak, I go out and take charge, I go and do things. If I believe that I'm supposed to be a supportive person, then I sit back and I let somebody else take the lead and I support their actions. And it's all driven by who I believe I am, right? Well, interestingly, it's become more and more apparent to me that people's use of cruelty and violence, abusive behavior, is evidence of how they believe about themselves. And if we don't get down to that root of how people believe about themselves, then we're stuck in kind of what I think about as secondary, core beliefs. So the secondary core beliefs is I'm supposed to be the man, I'm supposed to be the charge, I'm supposed to my way or the highway, or beliefs of I'm nothing without my partner. It's just a matter of time before my partner leaves me. All of those beliefs are commonly discussed in domestic violence intervention classes. But what's uncommon is facilitators taking those beliefs one or two steps down to getting to what I call the primary core beliefs that the behavior is evidence of. And so when we think about this as my behavior is evidence of who I think I am, right? Who I believe, what I believe about myself, I'll show you how it works. So you have somebody in your class and they're talking about their abusive, cruel behavior in their relationships, and they get down to this belief that, I believe that I'm in charge, that I'm the man of the house and it's my way or the highway. Great. I know that's a secondary belief because there's a belief lurking below that of why we would need to believe that. And so the question you get to is, so what would happen to you if you weren't my way or the highway? If it was your partner's way or the highway, or your partner had a say, or your partner could make decisions, or you weren't the one who was right all the time? And they'll tell you, I need to be the one in charge because if you're not in charge, you're less of a man, you're inadequate, you're inferior, you're weak, you're soft. Now we're getting somewhere. Right? So you might ask a follow-up question to that and say, do you remember when you decided that you were going to be the man of the house and never wanted to be seen as weak or soft again? Where people commonly go is to, I remember being weak and helpless when my stepfather was in the home or whatever, right? When I couldn't protect my mom, when I couldn't stand up and stop the conflict, stop the fighting, stop my mom from being hurt. And I can remember the time I decided, never again. I will never be the one who is helpless, inferior, weak, inadequate. And so they decide they're going to run the show. And in doing so, they literally give their core beliefs away to others. So anytime someone in your class is trying to make their partner feel inferior, what they're doing is handing off their own core belief about themselves that they don't want to feel. They don't want to, remember that. And they psychologically distance themselves from it by giving it away to others, particularly their family members. It's evidence of how they believe about themselves. And when people start talking and connecting my belief that I have to always be right in my relationship and connecting that to the cruelty that happened to them when they were 8 or 7 or 6, now you're into an internal focused dialogue, conversation, which is where transformational change lies. And it's really just a couple of questions. If you can help them to talk about their belief that I'm the boss, great. Well, what's it say if you're not the boss? And where did you learn that in your life? Where did that come from? When was the first time you decided that you were never not going to be the boss again? Why did you need to adopt that? It comes from trauma. And if you have access to these trauma conversations, helping people to recognize the beliefs about themselves that they're trying to get away from, distance from, and give to others, you'll see a deeper, stronger, more profound sense of transformational change happening right in front of your eyes. So I would encourage you to take a look at that. Next time you're in a conversation about beliefs, take it down a notch or two. You know, what would happen to you? What's the belief that you have? If you weren't in charge, what would that say about you? Where did you learn that? When was the first time you decided, never again, I don't ever want to be weak, soft, helpless,